Welcome back to the Apex Archives. Today we're taking a look at the Japanese Type 44 carbine. So let's take a look at this rare and interesting firearm. We'll go over the markings that are on this guy first, show you some of the features of this particular carbine, and then talk about how to do a quick field strip. Hopefully we can figure that out. It's a pretty rare firearms. There's not a lot of information about it, but you're gonna find some out today, so let's dive into this thing. Like I said, this is a Japanese Type 44 carbine, and it was developed around World War I, World War II, and was issued to troops that needed a little bit more of a handy rifle, whether they be engineers or cavalry units. They needed something that was shorter, so here comes the carbine. On the top of the rifle here, we've got a Japanese flower crest, and on the left side of the receiver, we can see a serial number as well as factory markings indicating that it is a Japanese manufactured rifle. There's not very many markings prevalent on the wood furniture, but there are some markings on several parts indicating its origin of manufacture. On the back here, we can see the safety selector has these grooves in there indicating to us that it is an early war gun because they actually spent the time putting in some good friction and area for you to put your hand on there. So usually if you see really nice machining like that, it's going to be an early war gun. By the time the late war happened, they were kind of too busy doing other things to be adding nice convenient little grooves on the end of their safety selectors. The Type 44 is free of a lot of factory markings, unlike rifles from other manufacturers, so you're really going to primarily want to look for those markings on the receiver. Now the main way you're going to be able to tell if it's a Type 44 carbine really is going to be those Japanese markings, and then pretty much just the look and feel of this firearm. This is a very unique design. It's not going to be mixed up with very much, though it does have a sort of similar inspiration from some Mauser stuff. It's a very unique gun, so not going to be too easy to confuse this with anything else. So let's talk about some of the features of the Type 44 carbine. As you can see, it's a bolt action rifle fed from an internal box magazine. There's this cool dust cover on top to keep sand and grit out of the action. If we pull up and bring the bolt to the rear, you can see the action is revealed with that magazine follower inside. The magazine follower does also have a bolt hole open, so as you can see, I can't push forward on the bolt when the gun is empty. Also, when I bring the bolt handle back and the dust cover is moved, you can see a few more Japanese factory markings on there as well. To return the action back to its forward position, I'll have to push down on the magazine follower, and then I can re-engage the action. We've got a sliding rear sight so you can adjust for distance, and it also flips up just like so. Up front we have a standard blade front sight with 2 ears protecting it, and then we have one of the most unique features on this particular gun is the folding bayonet that folds to the bottom of the gun. On the left side of the gun we have this push button here. If you simply push that in, it'll engage the bayonet and it'll move up and click into place. To return the bayonet to its folding position, you simply push back on that button and fold it back into its position, and there's a nice groove cut out at the bottom of the stock, and it'll click into place, and now you've returned the bayonet to its original position. On the back here near the butt plate, you can see there's this cool little switch, and if you were to rotate this, a back compartment would open up, revealing the 2-piece cleaning rod, so you could keep this weapon well maintained. To field strip this weapon, it's very similar to a Mauser action, so what we'll do is we'll open up, bring the bolt to the rear, and then there is a latch here on the left side. We can pull that out and bring out the bolt and top cover. It is 2 pieces, so you want to be careful to retain both of those. And then from there, you can go ahead and do your cleaning and field strip assembly. If you wanted to further field strip this gun, there are barrel bands on the left side here, so you can move those away to get off the top handguard. And on the bottom of the gun, there are standard flathead style screws. Pretty much disassembles like most any other bolt action. To reassemble the bolt back into the firearm on the Type 44, we'll simply follow the steps in reverse order, making sure that that dust cover is going to fall within this channel so it is retained at the top of the receiver and isn't going to fly off. So what we'll do is we'll simply follow the steps in reverse order. As you can see, we have these locking lugs on either side of this, so that way they fit into the channels of the receiver. So we'll get this started here, making sure that that top cover is going to fall within those channels. And then one thing we'll want to make sure too is that we lift up on this latch on the left side to allow the bolt to move forward. Once we've got that bolt in there and we've made sure that the top cover has those edges lined into those grooves on either side of the receiver, we can simply push back down on the magazine follower and then the action will re-engage like so. If you enjoyed this quick look at the Japanese Type 44 carbine and would like to see more photos and some additional information, you can find it at our website, apexarchives.com. Be sure to check us out. We got a lot of interesting firearms on there. We're going to be adding more every single week, so be sure to sign up for our newsletter as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you check out our website as well, apexgunparts.com, if you are interested in any gun parts, World War II, World War I, all the way up through modern day. We've got a lot of stuff on there, so check us out. apexgunparts.com, apexarchive.com. Catch you in the next one.